It's been a rather measly affair for HellRaisers so far. Dust2 went one way and only one way. G2 eventually closing it out once they did get to their CT side. But all round, a good start for the French Setters. They actually picked up their first win here in the 4th season of the ESL Pro League. Got Yenko and Lauren standing by. We've got nothing to talk about because it's Nuke.
Well, we do now.
Oh,
We've got a topic that's been brought up by one of the casters.
Yeah, Matt's losing his mind, just so everyone's aware.
We're all a little worried. He's having a funny turn again.
I can just hear him shouting. Yeah. There's a crazy man in a rocking chair in the corner that we let talk about CS.
For all of you guys over there who are worried that Matt looks like he does because he lost his mind, unfortunately, it's true.
It's true.
It's true. Yeah.
We're all worried.
It's been a fun ride. Yeah. It's been a fun few years.
All of that casting's caught up with him.
It's finally snapped.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's because he actually stopped drinking alcohol and switched to water.
Yeah,
his brain isn't used to it.
Still yelling.
It needs a weekly dose.
Can you hear what he's saying?
No.
Matt, can you say it again?
I said I'm going through withdrawals. It's hard.
He's going through withdrawals.
It's super rough.
Okay, cool. Well, there's some CS happening, by the way, as well. HellRaisers are going into Nuke versus G2. Now, let's do just a touch of analysis before we talk about the 1v1 that Matt has challenged Lauren to, because that's going to be fun.
That's fine.
First, though, let's talk quickly about HellRaisers' successes on Nuke, because they've been few and far between, but we have seen examples of HellRaisers on Nuke since it's been released, this new map.
I think success is a very strong word.
Okay,
they have picked up wins, but I don't think they're particularly convincing wins to say this is a massive map pick for them. It's a good map pick for them. They clearly can provide results on it, but it's not like you go, oh, it's these guys on this map. It's not like a huge sitting favorable thing for them. So even their game against Team X, the reason it was, this sick comeback, because they had this really poor side. They didn't perform up to scratch. Their T side was average. Their CT side was robust.
At best.
Yeah, it really was. Like, if you're losing to a team that clearly hasn't got that in their repertoire yet, it just doesn't really seem convincing.
Let's put it this way. We saw NIP play Dignitas on Nuke yesterday after that particular game, and I feel that if Dignitas, who lost to NIP 16-8, they play against either Team X or HellRaisers, they win that map handily, because they simply showed so much more on their T sides, and that is the more difficult side, right? 100%. Everyone can more or less play a decent CT side, right? You spread around, you have a lot of choke points, it makes it a bit easier to hold and everything, but that's why it's such a struggle on T side. If you can make things happen on the T side, it's probably going to be enough for you to win the map.
Yeah, you saw HellRaisers during the online qualifiers seem to like to toy with the idea of utilizing the outside area, using that new balcony, kind of pushing players through that area. And it's fine because it pressures the guys up in crows and it makes the garage players uncomfortable. People have learned to have to deal with it now. That was like a kind of rabbit out of the hat pick. That was because no one's playing it, we'll go for it, and it was a risky choice by the other side to leave it in that long because it was a gamble. But now they're going to be punished for it. Everyone's going to be sat there. Get Right played brilliantly outside. You've seen it before. A lot of teams are starting to really pick up ways to play the outside area now against teams that are starting to become more proficient. But coming back to the game we're seeing, you're going to have Smiths, who's a passive AWPer, let's say, in comparison to the others, and Freese is a decent kind of, I guess, pullover of another AWPer of that similar style. He had a great performance on Nuke because he can play it to that passive, sort of aspect on the CT side. You can constantly fall back from Garage until you're in Hell, all the way back to Spawn if you want to. So again, it's like, for me, G2 have the tools to punish HellRaisers here, and I think we'll probably see that. I mean,
how much do we consider the fact that Envious did kind of just knock HellRaisers on their asses on this map as well? Like, that was just yesterday. We saw it. It was a 16-8 result over in the, what on earth that is, I-League, S2 European something. But anyway, they recently played it. I glanced at it. I glanced at these. I have HellRaisers Nuke stats up.
Yeah.
I was just having a look, and basically they've beaten Team X, alternate attacks. They've had close games versus teams like Gambit, Spirit. They've even lost to Epsilon. So it's not like it's actually not as overwhelmingly good for them as it does seem, considering that through the veto process of the Pro League, they've actually had it available in all of their games. It's kind of crazy. They've obviously got a map that they want to get better at. Yeah. The game has started. Well, all good in the hood then. Let's jump into it.
When are we going to talk about the 1v1, Alex?
Yeah, Matt is challenging Lauren to a CS and Call of Duty 1v1, and we're going to tell you all about it after this game. First, let's head over to the man himself. It's one of the very many popular casting couples. Let's have a look at Henry G and Sada Kiss. We'll have a look.
Definitely not top 5. First off.
You're annoyed they've even claimed your top 5.
Haven't even been on the front page of Reddit in years. And not only that, I would beat you in the 1v1s. But I got a date with my pillow and a couch tonight, okay? So Scream, he started this off. Headshots going in with Mike. My right hand's also invited, but it is going to be Shocks and Scream. I love when I hear them laugh. Shocks, he's got, oh, what? How does he pull this back? They go down 2 members early, and Shocks again shows off Flare with his accuracy. And it's Angel that now sits outside, thinking he could wrap around, close the round out quickly and easily as they would pincer the upper bomb site, but they're divided, they're isolated. He still will catch Scream off guard. Now they're gonna push toward ramp together. They know Shox was left on the floor. He's gotta rotate around, but actually, they're reverse thinking this. They're actually going beyond that. He thinks the same thing, Shox. So he said, all right, they've got ramp. They've gotta be going lower. Guess what? They go back to upper.
Should be around 4 hours. He said the bomb is down into 2 versus 1. Bondic and Angel remain in Shox. He still thinks it's lower. He's gonna realize right about now, that's not the case. He hasn't got a kit or grenade, so we're going to be struggling here slightly to actually get back into this situation. There's still some antics going on in the studio, man. It's a bit distracting, but it's fine. I'm sure you're part of it somehow.
I'm part of everything, aren't I? Shox, though, 1v2. Bomb planted, has to work this out through Hut, and it's anticipated by Bondic, who gets above him to try and cut him off in the window. It's Angel instead that gets the kill, but very well done indeed by HellRaisers as they finally pick up a pistol, and, well, it's Nuke T side. That's beneficial if they can get up to the 3 rounds early.
Well then, HellRaisers do take a lead for now, and well, I'm going to assume that G2 will be forcing into this one. Looks like they will. It's going to be Desert Eagles. We know they're very proficient with those ones, but we'll see what the rifles do entail here for HellRaisers. 3 of them to be exact, 2 AKs, a Galil, and 2 UMPs. Not much for the CTs to work with here, but they will be focusing towards outside. But looks like Smith's just on top of that first box by Red, and actually gets taken down by Smite UMP there. Shox does reply though, 4 on 4, but a lot of damage taken in the process. He goes down to 12 HP. And RPK chimes in, okay.
That's pretty impressive stuff from RPK again. The headshot accuracy continues to be prominent for G2, but this is the problem with HellRaisers now with this man advantage. They've given away 2 guns, but it's low HP for G2, and they're starting to wrap around on the catwalk. It's a lovely opportunity that they now are given on this new map. And low HP inside of Vent, though. Shox won't be spotted. RPK will through, but nearly gets the jump onto Bondic, who goes down to 30 HP against the Galil. Armor beneficial in this factor for G2 as they've got the damage in without the aim punch, contributing to missed shots. Angel, though, will close out on Scream. It's left to Shox 1 versus 3. He's got to climb a ladder. And the ladder leads to nowhere but death.
It does.
In case you were wondering.
In this case,
it's not the stairway to heaven.
2-0 for HellRaisers. This is still a very CT-sided map. So it's exactly what they needed after the battering. They took on Dust 2, 13-2 in the first half, and they're looking to best that. It looks like they've already got the same amount of rounds they did in the first half on the first map. So it's not a bad start at all. It's going to be a full EK here for G2, so you would assume that this will be a round game in their favour, but you never know. As there is. The servers crashed.
I like it. It's
radio cast map.
No, it's
go on.
Well, we can't. We're not in the server.
You could still give it a go, I reckon.
Right. So right now, the feet not stopping as they try and run in through lobby. It seems endlessly tiring, though, as gravity certainly a factor. HellRaisers weighed down early on, and all right.
He gave it up.
They don't even let me try anymore.
Okay. Well, I wasn't even on the server anyway, so I can't tell you what's going on.
I can tell you what's going on.
What?
Actually, I really can't. I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
Nothing.
I don't even know where
like
I am anymore.
I felt like there was something going on when I couldn't connect to the server itself. It seems like there was some bugs in the
Some sort of issue. I imagine it might. Well, you are connecting through
GoTV.
GoTV, which is relayed.
These guys, we're on GoTV on the mainstream as well. So I assume it's...
Okay. I was just no. That's fine. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right come morning. Probably
well,
not.
It was a good start
theory.
from HellRaisers. 2-0, besting the same result they got in the first half of Dust 2. So that's promising. On the T side of Nuke, no less as well. So good start.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Nuke as a whole? Maybe? We've got to fill some
I think
time
HellRaisers actually bringing it into the pool isn't surprising. They've had some success on it. They do know the Molotov that goes to the top hut. Everyone will eventually know that. That will become standard the more it's seen on stream. Teams won't even need necessarily to... Game's still live, so GoTV crash. That was kind of what I was theorizing. So interestingly enough, it is one of those things that as it becomes more seen on stream, and people won't even have to go find it themselves. It'll just become common knowledge. So HellRaisers already using that strat, looking like they're good at isolating the upper site. I'm more worried about this accuracy fights that they're going to have to put up outer. And if they can't go outer, you've got to go through 2 very narrow choke points at upper or ramp, which is also a problem.
The good news for them is, though, that the first gun round, they have the option to do something nice and fast. They know the incendiaries won't be available, potentially not an AWP as well. I didn't see the buy from Smiths. Presumably, he would have gone a little bit more modest compared to the rest of the guys on the 4 spy, so he gets that up in the first gun round. But still, this could be a good opportunity for them to pick up that first gun and maybe get a 5-0. That's what I was looking at. The game is still being played as far as I know, since GoTV has crashed. I'm sure they'll pause it. We won't miss too much. The round where you're going to miss anyway.
They may not. The admins could ask, but I don't know if that's stated in the rule set, is it?
Well, the round we were going to miss anyway would have been just the pistols, but I'm not sure how much we're actually going to miss as a whole. But you know, let's talk about Nuke as a whole then, shall we? It's something we can talk about a lot.
Well, I mentioned it last night. I want to know your thoughts when I was on the desk.
Go on.
The addition, I want the second vent back, and I want a widened entrance to ramp room still.
Well, to be fair, you would expect this map to have changed a little bit more than it has. We've had some like minor adjustments in terms of like the way it's played. You know, like it was brought in to replace Inferno. And at that point, I thought, okay, well, this is obviously to experiment with it and see, get some data from some big events. We've had those big events now, and it has been played at huge tournaments, but nothing's really changed apart from like adjustments in terms of bugs, things that are just broken with the map. We haven't seen any like gameplay changes brought into it. I think missing one of the events definitely is a huge factor. Obviously, they're trying to make it more T-sided in the sense that the CTs have many options when they're actually rotating. It's a longer rotation to actually get there. And they've obviously removed the top of the sky, the top of the rafters as well. So there's only one half open.
And the wraparound on catwalk, obviously. I think the lack of second vent also hinders the T's on entrance as well, too, though.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but when they go down the vent, they can come up the second one at the same time. And then, of course, if there's two T's in the vents, they can both show at the same time as well. There's definitely more options there. But at the same time, when the CT's trying to rotate to lower, then the terrorists only have to look at one vent when the bomb's down in one place, right? So they've got all these extra options down the lower bomb site, and then you have to look at one vent before as well. Before they had to look at two on the retakes coming in. So there's still it's different arguments for both sides, right?
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
that's both 6, in case you're wondering.
Yeah,
unless it's a baker's dozen, and then it's 6.5.
Yeah, then it's 13, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to clear it up. Good to be accurate.
Bakers are weird.
Well, it's in case one goes wrong.
Where's the Canadian flag emoji? Keep going with your point.
That was pretty much it. I'm just saying the map still as a whole for me, it hasn't really changed. And the meta in terms of the way the game's played, there are some more variations of the normal outside smokers thing. I think it was Team X, or maybe who they were playing. I can't remember who they were playing. But anyway, it was like instead of doing the standard smokes we used to on the old Nuke, was the smoke by main, smoke by garage. It is like a little tunnel. They used the red outside.
Straight to secret.
And like two smokes that could be dropped very quickly. They didn't have to be like going across the map. They had to just drop them as they're running. 2 perfect little smokes, and then it took away vision, and it was just like a really clean and safe way towards secret. So that's something a bit different, and it was meant they could actually do those smokes quite easily, and only send 1 player there instead of like the whole team. Then sometimes it could send 5. They're mixing it up like that, so that was quite interesting. I want to do a video on Nuke, kind of like showing what's being done.
You probably should. I think that would be a good thing to do. So it's 5-0.
I told you.
So they have paused the game. All right. Thank you, admins. Thank you, teams, for being cooperative, giving me a job and making sure I have something to do because I have to pay for all of my addictions.
What are your addictions?
Racing. I need to buy a race car.
That's probably one of the better vices.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
5-0. T-side. You win first gun.
Yeah.
And you follow that up. That's a huge start on this map.
Well, that's the problem with force buying a CT on the second.
And we know
very
G2.
limited. You don't have the naught potential. You don't have the incendiaries, no kits. So the terrorists do something very fast that we saw from G2 on the Dust 2. It can be interesting. I feel like something's happening.
They're downloading COD 4 so Lauren can practice, but she'll never be on my level.
Why don't you tell us about this 1v1 that's going on?
She challenged
so who
me.
threw down the gauntlet? Who did it?
I didn't have to. Why would I sit on the throne and throw spears? I don't want to end up with 7 kingdoms after me and dragons being born on a fire.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
I wouldn't have beheaded Ned Stark. I would have let him live.
We can go back into the game.
There might not have been a war then.
It is 5-0 in favor of HellRaisers. An upset, some would say, considering the form G2 have shown to be in so far.
Yes, well, and also that, I was going to mention at...
why does everyone in chat always tell us to kiss? Why do they think it's ever going to happen? Just go, you know what, guys?
Secretly,
you keep typing in chat, so we're going to do it.
It's vicarious, Henry. They all want to kiss us. So if we just kiss each other, they can all live through that experience.
I think one day we'll have to do a charity.
Charity kiss?
Yeah, just to shut everyone up, get some money in there.
That's going to make it worse. That's going to make it... But if there's money involved, I will sell out.
Yeah, well... We'll plan some charity events. I think you're already doing the no shave thing. We're saving that for November.
I can do it. I'll just, tell you what, if everyone just uses this website that I found, I'll just not shave until Christmas.
What's the website?
csgosadokiss.com.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hasn't been shut down by Valve.
Point I was going to make, Henry, if you'd stop going off on these random tangents and actually focus on real life for a second.
Okay.
Is that Cologne G2 looked, they played this map, they did try to play this map. I remember they were showing each other smokes. They weren't really set into it, so maybe they've played it since. I don't know, it's been about a month and a half. We'll see if they could get some time into it.
I think they would. I think they realise now the underdog teams they play against are always going to try and force them into it. The vetoes these days normally ban, pick, so you're going to be forced into it at some point. So I think they've definitely put some work into this. We're still paused, of course. We're told it was ready to go, but we'll see what's going on. They are adjusting weapons in the CT side of G2. We'll have a look at their buy. Pause comes undone. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back into it. It's a double AWP set up for G2. So Smith's body going to be going in with those weapons. Scream, of course, he's on the M4. Same with Shocks and RPK as well. So obviously we didn't see the first gun round. We can't really speculate as to what happened. I assume it was something fast from HellRaisers. I'm interested to see what they bring to the table here. But here we go then. Like we said, a lot of teams sort of focus their defaults towards the outside area. Let's see what that smoke lands. I haven't actually seen that one before. If that actually goes towards heaven, that's kind of sick.
That's pretty sweet. Anders did actually a few of these smokes on a theory crafting video. You can actually smoke off the entire rear catwalk, which doesn't seem viable, but you can just like walk through a tunnel of smoke toward heaven. So that one kind of covers off. I expect to try and wrap it outer, which is the intention right now. But Smith's, he's not blinded up on this. He's just going to watch Red Crate, make sure that they cannot get towards Secret instead. It's the AWP. He'll try and do it with, the second of which has Body's fingerprints all over it. And blood on the walls behind the shot that was fired as Sticko falls down. So decent start for them to bring this into a one-man advantage. 4 now versus 3, totaling 7. Illuminati confirmed.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, G2 do have the advantage, but not for long. Bondic finds the headshot towards Shock. 3 versus 3 now, 1 minute remaining as well. They have utility to work with. Smiths does adjust himself to CT spawn, trying to get that first shot. And there is a terrorist coming on the corner as well. That's going to be Bondic. And time starting to tick away now. It looks like Bondic's trying to wait for his teammates to show their hand towards upper, and he'll be the backup as they go towards that side. Smith is going to go towards heaven as well. RPK in a great position. That's the Molotov you were discussing before from the skylights area. Lands on top of the hut, moves the CTs out of position. But 30 seconds now. The next move probably will be the last. Now it's Bondic who may be making the first move here before his teammates go in.
Second time he's gotten out to this position, and unlike a lot of teams that are trying to capitalize on the new catwalk position, he's going old school. He's staying on the ground.
Oh god, this is perfect.
It could be. Looking the wrong way. AW. Oh, AWP, and it comes back the other way. Smith's timing is his favorite friend. Maybe his only friend, but it's RPK that wants to come over and pretend to be his friend, at least, as Zero and Smite go down.
Oh.
And G2 finally get around, so there we go. But reset is a factor.
Bondic had him completely, like, outsmarted, outpositioned, and then the timing working so the moment he decides to drop, he turns around, and there's Bondic waiting for him at the top, and he's taking over the AWP. So there it is. G2 find their first round, but still in a pretty precarious situation. They do manage to save double AWPs here, but needs to be winning this round. It's the CT side of the map. If they were to lose it, Cash would not be amazing. And stick out that same smoke towards heaven. Like he said, it does give them more options to the wraparound towards outside. AWP can't be such a factor here. But Smith's looking at the first shot, blind, but does not land the first AWP shot. Now Scream's in a difficult position, but it's flying terrorists all over the place. He has given away a few bullets there, but finally lands a headshot towards Bondic.
They are much more scary than regular walking terrorists, by the way. The ones with wings, you got to watch out for. Angel, though, gets Scream, and they're going to try and wrap again. Smiths once more AWP, showing off, perhaps, that he's got another map other than Dust 2 that he can be a specialist on as he avoids the damage coming through from Zero. And just like that, it's just Smike and Sticko remaining bomb down outside as well. They're going to try and hunt down and isolate Smiths. I highly anticipate, okay, the rotation in from Shocks will do it alone. But I was going to say a push from heaven would also be a factor, and Body did exactly that. Sticko, meanwhile, will get RPK, but then decides the plummeting to the ground and losing half his life. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Is far more important than trying to clutch the round.
Sticko now. Oh, there it is. G2 give a kill away. Smith standing in the open, potentially not anticipating he would be this far into towards this side of the map, and now he has an opportunity to get a headshot as well. He needs to be careful. He hasn't got the bomb guy, so at least force him into the side before you start facing one by one. It looks like they do fancy a little bit more of the action here. 30 seconds remaining though. Sticko, not quite sure how safe he is. And this is madness from the CT player at the top there. I haven't got the PCs, I can't see who it is. It's going to be, I think it's Shoxy.
Yeah.
He does avoid it for now. They can see the time is very low. There's no real reason for them to actually overface that, considering where the bomb was, but they get away with it for now, and it's going to be 5-2. Still plenty of money available for HellRaisers, as you can see on the screen right now. It's 7k for Bondic, 6 for Zero. We haven't seen them pick up the AWP yet on the T side, I don't think, at least. Here's a kill chance. We haven't really seen him. Angel 8 for 3.
Important they avoid that reset.
Yeah, absolutely. Still not out of the woods just yet, though. That reinvestment back into this round. Yeah, sure, to full buy, but they only left themselves about $500 each, so HellRaisers going to keep applying the pressure here. That incendiary does not help the CTs, but it's fine. No one's coming toward that way anyway.
Smith's AWP
Those are the
get
smokes
more
we're talking
aggressive.
about.
Yep, that's the exact 2 you meant. Look at you, Henry. It's like you watched the game. This is kind of cool.
This is, we saw this. This is, who was doing? Glaive was doing this. So it gives you like an almost one-way opportunity as well to actually get those initial kills. I'm sure it'll be locked down eventually, but for now, it seems like a very powerful position.
Zero flashed inside of the lobby.
What's great about those smokes as well, because the CTs have no vision whatsoever. You could just throw those smokes and not send anyone towards Seeker, and you know you've rotated CTs regardless. You could then send 5 players towards ramp, and then you've got them really discombobulated in terms of the info they have and where they're going to be positioning themselves as well. So those 2 smokes almost every single round is a great way to approach each gun round, because it means they don't really have much information as to what's going on. You can play with that.
On deck, blinded up. He's still trying to line up that crosshair where he had it, knowing RPK was somewhere nearby, but...
Was that needed?
I don't know why you peek with the Molotov. Especially not in that fashion. Body lines up 1, drops down, trying to stay efficient. Now he can afford to rotate back down on this ramp position because they haven't lost Turnpike just yet. Now they have. That's a problem. So you cannot lose the player at Turnpike without winning a fight inside a ramp. And if you lose both, the options become unlimited. However, keep in mind, they are still 2 to the 3 of G2, and Shocks, he's gonna just wait this out. He wants to play this in the best case scenario. They try and play top silo to catch them off. Zero, he'll get caught by this. Where's the bomb gone? Down on the floor. AWP grab, but not the bomb. 10 seconds, he's gotta go for this. He's lost sight of it, it's on the ground. Sir, it's beside you, it's blinking. What is he doing?
Well, let's pretend that didn't happen. It was right in front of him, but I guess he hasn't got a big yellow outline that we have.
Zero
so
stands for 0 eyes.
Maybe. A little bit awkward towards
You know
him.
what? You could be right. We have the big yellow outline. Maybe the blinking, the blue radiant light. If he's playing on digital vibrance or something, maybe it's really bright.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
Speculation.
It's not as apparent as what we see, but there it is. It's going to be G2 picking up another round here. 5 to 3 now, 3 in a row for G2. They've got the auto shotgun out and MP9. Probably a decent time to do that. You can see it's going to be an eco pretty much for HellRaisers. It's 7 AWP. Surely going to be in the hands of Smike, taking that outside. And he's going to have Incendiary landing at his feet, but let's move on. Looking to find that kill on towards Smiths, but it's going to be Sticker to strike first, actually. He gets a headshot on Shoxy there. 5 and 4. They still have an orb. Haven't managed to recover the weapon just yet. But still plenty of time to work with here. It'll be up to Smith to actually do anything about this. It's Bondic. He's on the roof of a Glock. Not the best position for that weapon.
Angel's trying with the Deagle. Smith is going to try and just wait out with that MP7. Catch Angel off, it works out. So he's got $600 plus the equalizer in this situation for G2. But they still don't know about this AWP and where it's gone. It's Mike. He'll try and walk back around. Hold the angle of the body up top. Zero drops him down. It's going to be a return frag though from Scream, waiting for that opportunity to peek, but that gives him in the crosshairs of the AWP. And HellRaisers, they've got a man advantage. You know, 5 versus 4, 4 versus 3. Okay, that's fine. You still have pistols, but now it's a 3 versus 2, and you can start to triangulate off the defense, isolate them away from their own bomb sites, and RPK's gone to 14 HP. HellRaisers, they have a chance to pull this back as he tries to escape. He does good damage, but unfortunately, damage will not prevail. It's going to be Smith's MP9. Okay, low enough on Bondic that he might get something out of it, but Bondic switched to an M4. He's got to go for a defuse as well, and he doesn't have a kit.
Yeah. All around this has been for HellRaisers, the Desert Eagle to open things up, and they seem to be finding kills almost everywhere in that upper bomb site. Just Smith remaining on an MP9, as you said, no kit as well. There's not really much point saving the MP9. Might as well see if he can take someone down with him, upgrade the weapon. He's got the toes of Sticker there, but can't actually get enough damage to land the kill. Upgrades to the M4A1S. But this round will be going in favor of the Terror Staff, and what a round it was for it to happen as well. The full reset will come in now. It's going to be $1,400 for the CTs, and Smiths, he'll die as well. So potential double eco territory here. The money's not completely off. You can see Screams on 4K. It's just 3,400. They certainly have to eco this time. They could force into it with some pistols, shotguns if they really wanted to. Looks like it's just going to be the partial buy for now. So they get 1,900 next round. So, oh yeah, it'll be enough for a reason why they definitely won't have the orb.
Who needs an op? All you need these days.
If Smith's get a couple of kills, I think, in glass cannon.
To be fair, Lauren's gonna need an op.
4-4.
That 1v1 against Machine that she challenged him to.
Okay.
Scream. Just the slowest peaks ever. There's not really any depth on that wall for anyone to be hiding in, but check it anyway. He's got body behind to try and get a trade out of this at the very least. If they can get a trade, or better, if they can get 2 kills out of this, or 1 alone, they can get a gun, or fall back, as that would be the better option with Scream. Getting that first kill. He'll now bait in toward Body as well if they try and chase this down. So, although it is the USPS against Armor, there's no head armor on Smike and Zero, which is a bit of a problem, as Zero's gonna find that first kill immediately back, but now it's gonna be the opportunity for Body to try and push through. He's made noise. Bondik's heard that. I'm sure he's heard it. He's still looking toward lobby. And smartly, he's gonna fall away from this. But this time again, Pistols in the lead midway through the round.
High advantage for GT here, but still haven't managed to recover a single rifle, so I'd still favour HellRaisers going to this one, but the positioning of Shocks could work out for him, as he is starting to edge in behind, and Sicko, it's Smike actually, with the PT-50, rips off Shock's head. Luckily for him, no armor was purchased for the CT player. Now it is 3-on-3, heading towards lower, and RPK, PT-1000, 2 of his teammates do have Desert Eagles, but Molotovs will lock down out of position for now. Body needs to work out what's the best move, as they are going to be heading towards the lower side to plant. Smoke down, but Smiths, he seems aware. That's the way they might be, but it will be RPK to open things up. And here it comes, Smiths through the smoke. Can't land the shot, but he has given his position away, so difficult process for him now to stay alive as he does go down. 2 versus 1, the CTs do come out on top there. And Eco working in both teams' favour. Before his HellRaisers, this time it's G2 fighting back after opening things up. Screams Desert Eagles, it'll be RPK to get 3 kills in total and stay alive with 100 HP as well. Bomb defused. And a good recovery, considering they're down on the CT side as well. These rounds are like gold dust for them. As we're getting to number 11 here, but tons of money for them. That was an eco for G2, so they've got a lot of money available. Orbs out once again. I'll have a look at the money for HellRaisers. I think, are they going to take an eco here? It looks like they are going to be buying into it, so AKs have come out. 3 of them, 4, 5. It's limited though, you can see the utility's not quite there. I need 2 smokes to work with. That's enough for just for that outside area, I guess, so we'll see where they decide to do those little tunnel of smokes we just described before. Smiths this time will be in a more passive position towards CD spawn instead of actually focusing towards side. Your vest is there, Matt, you left it.
I'm sorry?
You missed, it's a little like yellow vest on a hanger.
Oh, I thought that was DDK's.
I'll show it to you.
Did you call it a vest finally instead of a, what do you call those normally?
I say a vest. You can say wife beater if you want.
That's a wife beater, right. Wife beater is what we say, or tank top. You guys say vest. And we call a waistcoat a vest. Smith starts it off, HellRaisers. They lose Angel's hand in this round. As Bondik once more is going to be up on the roof, blew at those vents, or the skylights early, I should say. Hasn't really taken advantage of them just yet. Smoke off on Hut as well will slow and deter any activity toward the upper bomb site, which is heavily guarded right now by the CT's Body. Meanwhile, he's alone over toward the opposite side at ramp, and they'll push him back. Now, pushing him back, Scream's normally the one that would be rotating onto Turnbike and try and catch them rotating all the way through, but he's not there fast enough. He was still supporting it upper based on the activity, based on the skylight play. So instead, they've just kind of got to let them get that little bit of map control, but don't give them any more. Don't allow them to push any further. So Bondik will hold at the bottom of the ramp, and it'll be Scream to watch from ladder in case they do push through. It's down below, that they go, but a rotation already in from Shocks, and he'll watch from the control room. How much control of the situation can he really get when they've already spotted him out and 2 players facing at the same time? He'll drop. Bondik watching vent, excuse me, as I choke on my own saliva. I'm not very intelligent sometimes. Smike's gonna get 2 kills. And Body, the one who rotated down at the first place in all this, is still alive inside of the site. Don't peek. Oh, I wanted him to just stay and just try to make something out of this. Didn't have a kit, so it was very unlikely he could pull the ninja, but he does get 1 kill out of it, and that's it.
All right, it's a very impressive approach down to the lower bomb site, very fast, and took over toward that ramp area. You can see the CT's doing the correct approach there. After getting spotted, they fall back, try to reposition themselves, but HellRaisers hitting every single shot there. Decent usage of the Molotovs as well. This meant they couldn't face from those windows area and actually had to have a horrible affair on the retake, considering the bomb was down on top of the lower bomb site silo as well. A pause comes in. I'm going to assume this is tactical at this point, considering all the players are in, but maybe it's a TeamSpeak issue, you don't know. And it will be a buy for G2 here. Potentially not the best one. Body has purchased into it. He's got a AWP. RPK with the M4. But it's Scream who's yet to buy. I'll look if there's anything on the floor. This could be a bit of a mixed bag. Shotguns potentially. But it's 7-4 in favour of HellRaisers. It's a bit of a hard reset for G2, but still the all comes out. And this is pretty promising for the terrorists, considering that this is a heavily CT-sided map. And after they got decimated on Dust 2, they're actually fighting back in pretty encouraging fashion now.
Yeah, I mean, still, the 7 rounds on T side. The most we've seen this year in Pro League was,
I think
did they
it
get
was
9? It was 9 yesterday?
I'm trying to think of the worst.
It was 9-6, I think.
The worst thing I saw in Nuke was when, do you remember Ents at Assembly? When they won like 12-3 on T-side Nuke.
Holy moly.
It was a 12-3? I think it was, wasn't it? And then they lost the game somehow. That was like one of those depressing things you've ever seen, considering we were following that team as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that was.
okay.
That was depressing and heartbreaking and ultimately costing the series to get into the finals. This round, though, it's going to be an AWP on body. Once more, he will... Oh, I don't want to do it, but make the bodies hit the floor. Sticko goes down 0. He gets shocks back in return, but RPK, this is aggressive. He's pushed around, sees the door open inwardly, not outwardly, and knows that 0 must be residing somewhere deep inside the confines of the closet, the back of the squeaky door. And he gets not the kill, but the trade potential there for Scream, who does follow it up successfully. However, Bondix found Smiths in the meantime, and it does mean a man down on the G2 side. Scream, lovely as always. You know what they know about him, and he shows it again.
Yeah, that one tap was pretty filthy. 7-4 now, and Bondic and Smike left in the 2 versus 2. It was a difficult buy for the CT, but they've equaled things out here. AWP and an AK available for either side. It's going to be HellRaisers trying to get to the upper bomb side, but Body's waiting with the AWP. He kicks things off with that aggressive play towards ramp, which I like. Obviously, he's been playing a lot with that AWP towards outside. Smiths mainly. This time for that first pick and nailed it. 40 seconds remaining, though, so they still don't really have much information. It's going to be Scream and Body. One in the ramp, which is Scream, one in upper. Now move more towards lobby. This could work out really nicely for Scream if he times it well. He starts to move towards outside.
Well, they're going for the jump up instead. Smike joins in. Oh, Scream's actually gone right behind them. This is even... Oh, watch the head. Finds it. I thought Smike had that stare down. I surely thought the crosshair would beat him there, but Scream gets the shot instead. Goes back through the window. Hears him dropping down, but Bondic brings it to the 1-on-1, 11 seconds. Bomb's still outside. He's pretty much going to have to grab this and... Well, never mind. He can't even get to it. Round's over.
Yeah. Oh.
I was going to say Body just has to watch that, but it's not even going to go that far. Bondic, 0 seconds on the clock. Will not peek this out. Just save the AWP.
Scream there, like I said. If he pushed it at the right time, it was going to work out perfectly for him, and exactly that happened. That was a round for G2. They only had 1 rifle, an AWP, and 3 pistols. It was Body with the AWP who kicked things off and started depleting the numbers of HellRaisers, and then Scream with a nice play towards the end. All he needed was 1 kill to secure the round. We saw the timing was not working in HellRaisers' fashion. The bomb was dropped, and then they couldn't actually recover the bomb. So it's more of a force by now from HellRaisers. Been quite back and forth the last few rounds. No one's got any momentum going in the last 4. AWP. 2 AKs, a Deagle and a Tech-9 to work with here. But lots of utilities, lots of execution potential here. But there's a scout on Hansa Smith. I assume he'll be outside with Body and his AWP towards the ramp still.
Scream. Waiting, patient. The M4 does see HellRaisers. Angel showing himself. That smoke goes... Well, really, nowhere that's effective, to be fair. He doesn't quite make it farther in return, though, so no damage dealt, no harm, no foul. Your foul, Henry G.
Your foul. Well, it's going to be an outside play, the default once again from the terrorists. Just trying to use that silo positioning and see whether they can do anything with the outside area. Maybe rotating back towards lobby now. 0 is still holding towards Squeaky. The bomb in the hands of Smike. He falls back. They still have 3 smokes remaining as well, so interesting to see where they go with this one. Smike will be going into face towards ramp, and Bondic, the main entrance, trying to do what he can, but RPK takes him down from the top of the hut.
Body's going to watch this rotation around, missing a big shot, though. That's crucial, because now he'll go down to 12 HP. He has to go up the rabbit hole and wait it out. Not only does it give them ramp, but the potential to capitalize on his position. This is actually a bit smarter, because they know the timing is such that if he's already supporting, the rotations already come in. So they'll take advantage. Window gets blown out. Confirms to Scream that they've gone that direction, but he still doesn't have a lineup jumping through, though. Angel's going to give himself up. Scream. I know you for accuracy, not missing. Sticko's going to get Body back, bomb planted, but Scream's walked back in and found another. It's RPK that's going to try and help him out in doing so, but it's Shocks instead. And they love this plant, HellRaisers, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's definitely hard to deal with in the CTs. If you try and defuse, there's not going to be much to actually give you cover. You can't really throw a smoke on top of it. There's only one place to really sit. So it does make sense to some extent. It's definitely a little bit risky trying to get it down there, but if you can successfully do it, then why not? And it will be G2 a pretty clean round there, bringing it to 7-6 total. They managed to have a decent amount of weaponry saved as well. This is the Reaper of the Scream, like you said. bit sloppy, but it works out. It all counts. And we have got a pause, I assume, this time for HellRaisers, who have got enough in the banks to do... They could do like Tech 9s and stuff like that, armor, smoke. I guess they want to save for the next round. So it's a technical pause anyway. So 7-6, the advantage for HellRaisers. It's still a very good half for them considering what happened on Dust 2. But this is a round for G2 once again. Double sniper setup. Last time it was a scout and orb. This time it's double orb. So Bodies decided Rampram needs a bit of a buff, and he decided to go with that kind of mixed play with the defensive play of the orb, and then going pushing up aggressive as well to find him for the first pick.
Yeah, he did miss that last shot last round, though they still pulled it off in the end. So technical pause indeed confirmed. Be unlikely at round 14, especially with 7 rounds on the T side, that you call one. G2 just getting the economy rolling. No need for them to call one. Just close out the half. Potentially make it 8-7, but again, very close. And HellRaisers showing off some more skill on this map. I have to say, it's encouraging to see this.
We are back into it. Next few rounds, I'll be very important. I guess not so much this one. This will be the eco from HellRaisers, but if HellRaisers can win the half here on the T side, that would be very impressive indeed. It's not. I'm almost certain what happened this half. It's going to be 3 Deagles, making 4. 1 PT50 on Smike. They've got some body armor as well. Smith's just delaying them with that outside smoke. And incendiaries are dropped as well for the rush that potentially could be coming. The shocks, lands the first headshot.
Screen. Ooh, okay. Angel nails him back. I was going to say he was going to go for the wide peek on Smike, who will eventually walk into the crosshair placement of Shocks. I'd like to see potentially a cross setup on that, but didn't have the timing as such. Only so far, that one great shot against Scream to really make this work in favor for HellRaisers, and it's gone anything but. Saint says it's going to come back down to just Bondic 1 versus 4. They know exactly where he is. So all kinds of these shifty little positions you can jump down from. He's got full HP on both RBK and Shocks, both peeking at the same time, but Shocks will get the kill. And it goes 7-7 for G2. HellRaisers, they'll have money to buy, and we are going to have a heads-up brawl to see who will get the 8th round.
Yeah, very important. Like I said, if HellRaisers can win this half, it's a good advantage to have for sure on the T side. Double orb setup still for G2, so that makes the job a little bit more difficult for HellRaisers. Obviously, they do have that out execution with the 2 smokes. So if they get the bomb down lower, the good news is the double orb setup makes the retakes a lot more difficult for them. So there's the first smoke towards outside, and the second as well. So they could potentially try to send 1 player down towards Secret, but it looks like Sticker will be shooting out the windows as well. So he's trying to confuse the CTs as to what they may be bringing to the table here. This could just be the full upper execution. So, like I said, you can do those smokes towards outside. As long as you put them down, the CTs can never be 100% sure whether someone got down there. Go back towards an upper play, and all of a sudden, you've got a segregated CT side who are not 100% sure as to what's going on. Especially like you normally say, if you shoot these windows out every single round, they're never sure whether you're going to use them.
It's one of the only logical things they say, isn't it? Miss Molotov on the left side. Yeah, the one on the hut will still land, but the one on the rafters will not. RPK, though, that extinguishes it right away. It goes over the edge. He's got 2 kills as a result because they expect that to be covered off, and it's not. Guess what? The tank, it's full of gas. It's got 3 kills. And HellRaisers, Smike, and Zero have to try and pull this back. They've got it back down to just 3 remaining. Good Molotov's going to keep Scream and Smith's outside of the site. So body rotating around, it's going to have to be a pincer effect, and that might allow a bomb plant to come in. But the 7-second duration on that Molotov has expired, so they should slowly close back in against them. Smike's going to get clever, though. They're going to try and wait this out, give him a chance, but Smith is ready for it. That would have been clever if they weren't expecting it. Try to just catch them inside the site, and Smike was able to pick up a lurk kill like that. But Body's going to close it 8-7.
Yeah, that was 1 key play in that round from the CT RPK, extinguishing the Molotov, as you pointed out. It's just one of those things as a terrorist. You run that strategy in practice, you think, okay, we don't need to worry about how that'll be just be Molotov. You don't even need to worry about it. It's just one of those rare things that the CT has a smoke at that point in the round. So G2 actually clawing things back after going 5-0 down. They actually win the half overall. And we'll see whether HellRaisers can pick up their first map in this series as we go. Let's take a quick break, so don't go away.
guys, we are back and ready to roll. See if the tank can continue rolling. RPK makes a comeback late to try and keep G2 close. And they will take the 8th round, make it 8-7. And there's the play I'm talking about as he dropped down, extinguishing his Molotov that was landing on his feet. HellRaisers, those 7 rounds on the T side is nothing to giggle at.
Definitely not good advantage to have. I guess he didn't win the half, but 7 is a good start. The problem is if G2 start winning the pistol, and the same thing can certainly happen in return. And we'll see G2 are going to bring anything tactical, but it's going to be Scream with the Desert Eagle. We saw this in Dust 2, and he actually opened the map very efficiently indeed. Let's see what the buy for HellRaisers brings to the table. 3 sets of armor for them, and a smoke and a HE for Bondic and Sticker respectively. Shoxy, he's got the only smoke available for G2 here, so where's he going to be going with this? Potentially something towards Heaven by the looks of things, the way he's setting up. We'll see whether that comes in. So here comes the smoke. Yeah, that will be towards Heaven. Flash comes in as well. I assume his teammates will be doing something with this. He's actually going towards ramp, so it's a bit of a fake towards the upper side, and then going towards ramp in his body this time to get the first kill. Shox chimes in as well, and it's going to be an upper split from Heaven.
It is indeed. Bondic.
Oh, I see what they're doing with that. That's actually quite smart. So they use that smoke at the start of the round, and then it gives them cover as they come up the ladder from beneath CT side, and they can't get killed as they come
That's actually pretty cool. That's very cool, actually. A conceal, a veil, to try and pull away. Kiss the bride, and RPK will kiss Angel straight in the face with a bullet from the Glock, and he's got another one on Bondic. Body will close out the round. G2 will go up 9-7. It's a pistol round in return for them, so both teams now winning their respective terrorist pistol rounds.
Just to reiterate why that's so smart. So, at the beginning of the round, Shoxy, he's on the roof. He does the Heaven smoke, and he does one flash as well through the skylight window. So the idea is it looks like, okay, it's a full upper rush. They're going to be doing something nice and quick. They wouldn't use that flash for no reason. That's the kind of bait out, and his CT utility might be on the side there. So if they don't want an upper with any utility nades or even a smoke or a flash, they'll be using that at the start of the round. In the meanwhile, his teammates are getting out towards ramp. They're getting those kills. They go beneath CT Heaven, and they're going up. And the time they go up the ladder as well is timed so nicely. They've got that nice veil, like you said, to actually get them into the upper area. So that's a really cool approach.
That might be the actual, I think, most clever pistol round we've seen yet.
Yeah, on Nuke especially.
Yeah, on Nuke. Angel might have to cap that one and break it down for some people. Angel's got the scout down below, but that's a very tough angle to try and aim straight up at. And as a result, he'll fall. RPK gets Sticko. Shox, SMG in hand will take down 0. It's just Mike remaining. He's a little lost right now as well.
Well then.
He's been found.
Pretty easy round for G2 overall. Well, a single frag dropped, and this will be the full eco now for HellRaisers. You can imagine these SMGs can run havoc on this map. Nothing purchased for HellRaisers as of yet. 5 USPs. Nothing else coming in, apparently. So you'd assume G2 have a clean round. They could probably rush up at this point. There's Zeus there for Smike, though. So you know what that means, Matt. I've called him Mike like 3 times in our career.
Don't worry about it.
It's going to be
it's 3 times that I will kill you.
Follow Smike the entire round.
Do it. He's actually going to go for this. Bait him in, 0.
Here we go.
Bait him in. There's a player there, right around the corner. Body, who's got an AK as well, that could easily be picked up.
Who's going to bottle it first? The producer shouting at Rush for...
Now he knows he's there, which actually still could bait him in, because this is like an odd angle. You wouldn't expect this at all. He's trying to do it himself, because 0 can't peek from there. Shock's going to get Angel. Doesn't matter, though. Rushley's got priorities well in order.
Here we go.
And once again, doesn't work. Thanks, Rush. You've wasted all of our time. It's really good to have you here. And Scream going to come back into Sticko. And 5 versus 1 again. Bondic. Well, this means now 2 rounds where not a lot of kills coming in. It means no reinvestment. Potential for the bonus round.
There definitely is potential for it. So the bonus round means if you do have very clean first 3, first gun round, you have these SMGs available. You have a ton of cash. You're in a great position to shut down the CTs, as considering they force sport on the second spot. Look, there's 3 sets of people that don't have head armor as well on the CT side. That makes those SMGs very viable, in fact. No warps. This is horrible for HellRaisers. They could actually drop to these Mach 10s, so this is a full bonus round, looking very promising as well. A lot of CT sides don't buy head armor against the AKs, but these SMGs are actually a bit of a problem.
Sticko mollies off toward Squeaky.
Is this the same pistol round? You can see Shock's in the same position to just the smoke again. They could go to ramp.
Yeah, they're on ramp. Difference is this time, where's Smike right now? This is the overlay throwing map. I think he's in Heaven. Is Smike in Heaven, Observer Rushley? No, he's on the floor, so he can actually catch the... So there's 2 things he can do, is either wait on the outside of the smoke for when they come up the ladder so they don't have that veal, or play at Turnpike. So he cuts them off the ramp.
Tactic.
And it's exactly that, though. But he goes down. 1-for-1 trade. There's no one at ladder now. RPK gets Angel. They can do it. Smoke lands perfectly executed. If he is able to get 2 kills in that, it might be a different story, but Bondic's ready for it. He gets the call that they're coming. He knows the smoke's there for a reason, so he lets them walk through it with no vision. Good counter. And it's a tough play. Once it's been figured out, it is tough to go through your own smoke in that regard.
Wow.
And again, the other option is if they can try and play a passive ramp and just give them the ramp room, but not the lower site themselves. If, in that case, Smike plays top ladder behind the smoke, like out towards CT spawn, he can just catch the kills on the way through. Bomb plant does come in, though, at 0-1 versus 2. 11-7.
Yeah, I really like that tactic. Obviously, not just for the pistol. It's pretty efficient if you can get in towards the ramp room. And this time, that bonus round looked like it will work out for G2 here. 0, the last player remaining. No kits, no grenades. Has this opening duel as well, but it's going to be Shoxy just getting out of there. That was a kill. That could have been the linchpin of getting into this situation, but he's going to have to pull back here. But, oh my God, body's waiting for him. 12-7 now. This will be an eco for the CT, so looking like 13-7. They follow that tactic now for G2. It's very smart, like you said, but once teams start to work it out, it only has so many legs to it, you know? It's only going to last for so long. Bondig was ready for it that time. And it's just one of those tactics, you know, I think it's so good that you probably want to save that for like a big land or something like that, but Cat's out the bag now.
Cat is out of the bag. Thankfully, because that is animal cruelty to leave her in there.
Yes, I agree.
It's not wise. Plus, Jaden really wants to chase her, so it's fine.
Does she chase cats?
She does, but she's hilarious. She will not touch them. She'll literally get right behind them and just torment them. It's really funny. Of course, I'm responsible and would never let her do that.
Exactly. Okay, we missed the Zeus kill, Rush.
The one time it works. See, Rush is the problem. Everybody put Rushly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the problem in chat. It wasn't Kiyoshima. It was Rushly all along.
All right, then. Anyway, 4-on-4. GT's obviously still a massive advantage here. Sticker has got a Famus. How much did they invest into this round? He still has 3K, so I guess he had residual cash, but he'll be behind them at least. If you go on towards Sticker now, he's actually in a great position if the terrorists do face the body. He's in the upper bomb side. So there it is. There's a kill from Sticker. I did tell you to go there as well.
Can you go observe? I'll solo cast this
I'll go in the other room. I'll do it. I'll kick him off.
That'd be perfect. Well, Smike, USB in hand. I'm going to try and find something at outer, but not really much chance to do so as he's a bomb down beside him, but he's already been spotted. They don't kind of where he's playing that angle from. Scream's got the first shot onto Sticko. He found one before that body comes right back, but Bondic there sets the cross. They play the trades. They bait it off each other. Scream now has to clutch this back. He's got bomb, but they've got AKs picked up. No armor. Aim punch is a bit of a problem for them. He's got to stick this. 7 seconds. He has to. Scream looks for the peek, finds one, not double peeking, but 0 slides out, and it's just enough. Can't land the shot, can't discharge the aim, and it will now be HellRaisers going to 8.
That looked like everything was set up perfectly there for Scream, but gets the first kill, nails it. Like you said, armor definitely is a problem up against the AK. One shot to the chest, your aim's all over the place. And 0 does manage to make this round work somehow. As there's going to be 12-8 now in favor of HellRaisers, in favor of G2, sorry, against HellRaisers. And we'll have a look at their money. It is starting to stabilize now. They have got the AWP on Smike. He's obviously the new addition. We're not sure if he's a full-time member as of yet, replacing Oscar for now.
Seems to be the case, at least for now.
I think we heard he was from that lineup at Starladder that was playing with Simple. What are they called?
Worst players?
Worst players. I think he's part of that.
If he was, it wasn't during one of the games that we casted him in May.
But he's from that sort of tier, I guess, and like of the region. Like an unknown quantity, but an upcoming player. Well, then, G2 AWP in the hands of Smiths. These rounds are just about working outside, but you know what? Shox is just going to find the kill towards Sticker for the door. Nails it. Angel outside, though. He hasn't got the AWP, though. The AWP's actually going to be in the hands of Smike towards CT spawn.
Smike, Flash, AWP. Smoke at corner. I do like this smoke quite a bit. That corner smoke is probably, in my opinion, the most effective outer smoke because it cuts off the AWP. It allows you to get up on silo and sort of isolate and wrap around. Angel, oh, that flash timing, that's so perfect. He knows and expects it to come out on the other side of the smoke, but the flash comes through and Scream. He's not sighted, but also not anticipating big garages. They can't wrap around, that RPK doesn't flush him out fast enough. He now has the time to relocate. Awkward reload timing, though, as RPK does get there in time to catch him off before he can do anything about shooting back.
Yeah, this is a big round for HellRaisers as well after winning the previous. This will be a double eco to 4-on-2 for now. That outside default working very nicely after they get the first frag. And Smike, he's downstairs at the AWP. Impossible retake situation for him. Zero. It's going to come down to him to find this first frag. He's in towards lobby. Coming from Squeaky Door, but RPK is watching it. At this point, I think it's probably worth saving, considering it is a full reset. Time ticking away. They've only got one kit, and that's in the hands of Smike, and he's going back towards T-spawn. So he will indeed be saving the weapon. G2, after losing the 5th round, bounce back in the 6th. That's only going to be $1,400. So having a look at their economy right now, Zero has almost 5K. He'll get 1,400 into the next. So he has a weapon already, which is the AK. So he can drop one of those, drop another M4. They have an AWP already. So it's, yeah, this is the right call. At least he can have at least 3 weapons. Sticko could probably get a FAMAS if he wants to, maybe a shotgun. The other 2 guys will be on pistols, but it's going to be some bits and pieces around. Or with $6,200, Zero could drop 2 FAMASes. See what he decides to do there. 1 M4. And FAMAS. Okay. And he's got the AK already, so it's not as bad as it could have been. So that probably was the right call, considering.
Yeah, absolutely. G2 Esports on 13 rounds to the 8 of HellRaisers have an AWP on Smiths to try and work. Where do they work with him? They going, yeah, he's going at it right now. So RPK is going to go close, boost him up red box. Remember the double box position on Old Nuke. You could do the same thing, try and catch an angle. Smoke out a red crate, though, is not going to give him the direct line of sight in toward the big garage. So leave it to RPK to try and push up and find a little bit more towards Secret. Just cover this off. No chance that they can catch Smiths kind of unaware on an off angle. Top Twinkie, though, do they have anyone up there right now? This is where the overlay, again, chooses to confuse me. Scream's up there, yeah. So they've got all the angles covered off at outer right now.
Well, it's going to be RPK outside once again. Looks like he has got free reign out there, but it's going to be Smike. He's all the way in the back of City Spawn, joined by Angel as well, who's behind blue box. Flashbangs come in. He's going to come down with his first shot, whether they can nail it. But surely the smokes will come down for the terrorists. Just deny that vision. They're going to give him the free shot. But Smith's challenges regardless. He nails it. And now it's up to Angel. Can he actually make anything happen with this? We'll see if he can step up. He's just going to be hiding for now, seeing if anyone will walk into the garage. And he'll be checking his area he's hiding behind.
Oh.
Smith.
Straight jump down. Why did he not shoot?
Why is he not by? Why is he by himself? That's the bigger question.
I don't know. I told you already that timing was his only friend.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Well, Sticko gets 1 shot again for HellRaisers, so Smith's giving up that early kill is now costing and haunting them. Angel.
Ooh.
All that really does now is serve to give away his position and tell them, all right, we got a chance to try and capitalize inner low HP, though, on the way through the Molotov and Fondic. He'll drop Scream. I'll hold the phone. Not done just yet, because Zero comes back around and clutches it back.
They have that man advantage, and then Smith to the AWP just runs down that close range situation by himself. That just didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, what's the best that can happen? He doesn't spot anyone, has to fall back and join his team anyway. Like, what's he going to do? Retake upper through the vents with an AWP? Like, what's the idea there? Just being a little bit too cocky, I guess, as to what he was going to do that round. But gift sale, HellRaisers the round regardless. 13-9 now. Still enough money for the terrorists to get 5 AKs. Angel gets towards Secret nice and fast. And we'll listen now for footsteps and see if anyone just try to do those 2 smokes and get quickly in towards Secret area. Still a big round for the CTs. 1 round does separate them for the full eco once again as they rebuy into this one.
RBK smokes toward big. Body look toward the ramp. Chiro's going to play on the railing. Common crosshair placement from entry point on terrace perspective, though. As I say, they walk in and line it up. Smith gets the shot on Zero. Now that causes problems for Smike. Where does he play this from? He's going to go very passive toward the lockers. But they've already dropped down on the ramp. There's no one below, and G2 Esports have an open bomb site.
Yeah, Angel's still not rotated as well. He's actually at the top of Secret, and now he all start to rotate. But how did the CTs even do anything about this situation? They have an AWP, a FAMAS, and no positioning whatsoever. Needs to work out, is this then worth another save, considering the money situation? We'll be flashing. It looks like Angel will be falling back here. And they won't be going for it as they decide to fall back. Another wise decision. It's a difficult one to make considering the scoreline. You need every single round you can get, but that situation is not possible for them. Just to make a point as well, the next game we have tonight, MV versus NIP.
Yes.
MV have just announced they do not have Devil available. So Sixer, who's placing MBK at the next LAN, he'll be filling in for them. So an interesting storyline there, which should be a great series.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit disappointed when he before MV.
And Devil in that new role has stepped up his game a little bit, but not having him in and bringing in Sixer could maybe be a chance for promotion.
Yeah.
You never know. The things you don't know that you don't know.
Well, like we said, that was a big round for HellRaisers. G2 now 1 round away from match point here, looking for the 2-0. They've only got 1 point in Pro League so far. That was actually in the last map on Dust 2 against HellRaisers. Don't get 2-0 here. That would be great for them after winning the first half 8-7. Haven't given much away here on the Terror side. So we go into round number 9. An AWP, Famas, and M4, 2 pistols for HellRaisers. Sticko hasn't even got armor, so see what he can bring to the table. Looks like another ramp rush, but Smike's ready for them this time. NWP works out for the first shot, but it's going to be this relentless aggression here from the terrorist. Smith with the MAC-10, nails the AWP, now it's a 4-on-4. Zero probably wants to fall back in this situation, but he knows he needs to find frags, and he don't have the firepower to answer back to with full execution. Angel still towards Seeker outside, and G2 with ramp control. We do say this at the gateway to the map. CTs don't have much vision as to what you're doing. You can get towards lower and up in this position. Can be very powerful, and Shoxy, he's actually working towards hut. Will be taken down by Bonded though, he's ready in the tight angle.
Yeah, it certainly was. A gain from Heaven, so haven't seen as much from G2 and trying to use smokes. Aside from that one on the pistol, which we did say is the most clever, they used it a game, but we haven't seen as much from smokes in Heaven on the way through, or Molotovs to try and limit the angles that you have to check. Right now, they're just trying to brawl this.
Focusing on that ramp area, they're quite happy to go in quite cleanly without much execution. I guess it's probably the best way. It surprises the CTs if you're confident in hitting your shots.
Ooh. That's a problem, though, RPK. Shot. That was a very good lineup for Sicko. He knew it was there. Angel opens doors late. That shows his feet. Head and shoulders, knees, and just the toes showing, but it's still going to be a flash the other way. Sticko gets blinded up by that. Scream's got movement to room to move, rather, excuse me. And he does get the shot on Sticko in return. But Bondic now trying to come back around from lamp late. Does this help him or does this not? They've climbed the ladder, top silo, going for the plant. He'll be in the open or do they go up? They just get an event, but he goes down. And that is the bomb. He's got to go back and face forward. Bondic nearly gets caught by the AWP as a result, but they do want to take the bomb back to upper. This will give Bondic a chance to try and capitalize. 12 seconds. Yeah. Oh, but he doesn't make the first jump. He could have got him in the open. He still might. Smith gets close. He wants to watch this angle. It's an AWP to do it with, though, in the smoke. Bondic's going to get out, but he's going to look the wrong way. Into the side he finds no one. Smith's beside him instead, and it's going to be map point for G2.
Yeah, and the money non-existent for HellRaisers pretty much. There's actually a no-scope from Smiths as well. So could have gone either way if he didn't land the shot. Matt, you're standing up. What have you spotted?
Ice cream. Ice
cream. Right, pause the game. We're out.
I'm out.
He's gone. Matt's gone. I've lost Matt. Famas, UMP. That's all that's available for HellRaisers in terms of weaponry. There are 3 pistols as well. Matt is currently filling his face with ice cream.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. HellRaisers screaming for a prayer, but not to Satan, to God. I don't really know what they're doing. Let's stop.
I don't know what that means, but
just they need to win. Yep. That's all I'm saying. Shox, though, not going to allow it to happen quite so easily. He'll find Sticko. However, the Angels or the Devils, whichever you prefer, going to come up with 2 kills in return. And Scream goes down. It's going to be Angel that's found, though, by Smiths wrapping around that outer AWP. Still wieldily in his hand. It's going to be Smike to try and catch him up, but look at body. On top of red. That is a good position. You would never expect that.
Yeah, lovely shot from him, and it's going to be Bondic, though. The fly in the ointment does get taken out pretty quickly, to be fair. 0 now. Pistol in hand. Needs this round to stay alive. And could get Smiths there. Smiths, once again, likes to die in this area, apparently. Will be avoiding death for now and does get the final kill. So there it is. It will be G2 taking the second map here. 2-0. Their final... Well, I guess their first arrival in Pro League, actually getting the first 2 points after losing 6 maps on the trot. So I guess Dust 2 was some back to basics for them. Actually seeing some good form from them for once in terms of the online play.
Interesting thing is that there has been some inconsistency throughout the league, so they aren't out of it just yet, but going down 0-6, it is an uphill battle. There's no question about that. They've got a number of games out of the way, and there's some teams that are still just starting their season, so yeah, it's a difficult one to read in that sense, I think. That said, the sooner I get it over to the desk, the sooner I can eat ice cream, and I'm going to eat it right in front of them while they talk and do their segment the whole time. Alex, yes, that's you.
Wait, what? We can't eat our ice creams now, Matt? I can do that. I just realised that's not a good idea, is it?
Why do you think I absconded away from this?
I just realised, yep.
What was that, Alex? No, do it again.
I'm just going to do an innocent lick. This is an innocent... Don't do a close-up. I see what you're doing, Mr. Producer. Stop that.
Oh no.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Well, we've had a
one is.
I
fantastic
did not
time.
agree
It's
to
hot.
this.
It was hot in Cologne. It's now 9 o'clock, so probably not so hot anymore. But
My word.
33 degrees. 33. That's like you could actually cook something. No, you couldn't, Alex. That's not how cooking works.
my
CS is
God.
happening. We did see G2 manage to go ahead and close it out eventually. HellRaisers keeping it a little closer this time, though. The question we always ask after a Nuke game was did you see anything new? Yanko, that's the first question. Did you see anything new on Nuke?
I thought G2 going 2-0 up on anyone is going to be the weirdest thing I saw today, Alex, but then you decided to have some ice cream live on stream. So I guess anything is possible.
It's actually
You
really
should
good. I'm actually
lick
really...
that cream, I think,
It's
Alex.
just here. No, it looks so good. I really want my... You've got one right here, Yanko. You're just not in playing with it.
Oh my God.
So
It's
let's
melting.
talk about
It's
Nuke.
melting.
You know, Yanko, let's talk about that CT side.
Answer my
that,
question.
You know.
New Nuke. Did you see
No,
anything
we
new?
saw nothing.
No. Okay,
it was
thank you.
depressing to watch.
Yeah.
We saw G2 being G2 for quite some time. HellRaisers making it seem almost interesting, and then G2 decided they want to play deathmatch on T side.
Yeah. At one
Like-
point, Yanko just went, Smith's got an entry kill.
That's depressing.
Weird.
It's got to be grim, though, isn't it? If
Yeah.
it's like we're already losing and then adding insult to injury, who's cracking open the rounds? Smiths.
Nah, to be fair, it was them running out ramp, like with 3 or 4 players, for just him who got the kill. But all in all, we didn't get to see the first gun round of the game, right, when HellRaisers were on the T side, because that was a pretty big deal. They're managing to win that one after Pistol. They were 5-0 up. So that's, you know, you got the brunt of the work done. But G2 did well to recover after that, and that's where you see, again, teams struggling a bit on the T side. I do agree with Lauren, when they switched sides and it was G2 to play on the T side, didn't see anything too special, you know, nothing too fancy. It was just them getting the entry kills more often than not and being able to close out rounds after that.
Quite similar story to just 2 then. I mean, we were talking, this is the same kind of dialogue that we found ourselves talking about with G2. It's like, well, they won the gunfights. And
I would say one small thing I saw from G2 on their CT side, once
Sure.
they recovered,
Hit me.
was a little bit of CT aggression. There was a bit of a play-through ramp, which allowed Body, who basically made a huge error previously, kind of made up for it with going a little aggressive towards ramp, taking out, you know, a couple of players, getting, you know, pushing up a little bit more. And it's risky to do on maps like Nuke. You don't normally find that much CT aggression, at least throughout, you know, outer or ramp.
And they did a good job of switching it up, because at times he was aggressive, at other times they had the double op setup where he was the secondary op on ramp. So HellRaisers always had to keep guessing which kind of a setup G2 are going to go for.
Yeah.
And of course, alongside this stream... Never mind.
Have another lick of the
I just
lolly,
got to
Alex.
have... Never mind.
Just refresh yourself.
Right. I'm not going to touch this
Go-
ice cream.
do
It is
it. It's
melting, though.
melting. You need
You have to
to.
go for it.
Do you guys know what this is, by the way? Is anyone
a
familiar with
twister.
this? Yeah. Like, I feel like everyone in the UK knows what
Oh,
these
of
are.
course. They
Are you
were-
aware of what a twister is, Yanko? Have
Don't,
you ever had a
don't
twister?
wing that around, Alex. You're going to get cream everywhere if you keep doing that.
You're right, I will.
Put it down.
And that's reserved for the NA part of the league,
Yeah,
of course.
Jason's just going to be smearing this all over. Oh, the rapper came with it this time. We're having a great time. Honestly,
Lord.
we've had a fantastic time
Maybe
here so
people
far in
don't
the
know.
studio.
Matt,
Maybe-
that is the worst thing I've ever
Oh,
seen.
God.
Maybe people don't know about that ice cream, Alex, but I'm sure there's an app that plenty of people know about.
There is an app that plenty of people know about, Yanko, and it's called the Score Esports application. Look at you with the layup. Damn, that's another basketball reference. Swish! Kobe Bryant in the studio. Check it out, the Score
Oh
Esports
my
application, available on your
God.
smartphone device, news articles, stats, and more. Boom. Like, what do you think of that? I've got it down to an art.
You'd be great at netball, I reckon.
Netball?
Yeah, a good bit of pivot, you know?
Yeah,
You'd nail
okay.
that.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and look up netball rules, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, you get to see NIP and Envy playing a best of 2. You get to see what the French squad can do, bouncing back of a very good victory just yesterday. We'll be seeing all of that and more after the break.